Thank you for tuning in to the It's On You podcast. It's your boy SB. Right now we got a special edition. We wanted to include some of our female fans, so this was a special lady night episode, which we're gonna give y'all a little sneak preview of what we talked about. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit us up on Twitter at It's On You. Also, you can hit me up at SGB Mercer. You can hit G up at Official G Money. Make sure you subscribe to our new Facebook group. It's on you. Like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube. We also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Snitcher, wherever you listen to your podcast, and you can also hit us up at it's on you podcast at gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the show. Thank you. Tune in.
First thing first, I'm gonna ask y'all straight up: Do y'all feel women should submit to men? Do y'all feel women should submit to men? That's a ongoing discussion.
If it's to your husband, I totally agree.
It depends if I don't know.
I can tell you don't listen, so
I do listen.
So who don't think that women should be submissive?
I'm not submissive to no man.
We already know.
We already know that.
That's a major mistake. Major mistake.
I feel like you could be submissive to your man as long as it's a long-term partner. You guys trust each other and you plan on being together. There's nothing wrong with letting your man lead and be the man. You know what I'm saying? Because we fill in where you lack anyway. We work as a team. And if he's your man, he's not going to lead you astray.
It depends on the situation. I think in general, if we're talking sexually, it depends. If we're talking in general as, a relationship, I think it would mostly, you can be submissive, but I think it's mostly equal. You should be mostly equal.
Why equal?
I feel like if you find the right man and you're happy and comfortable in your relationship, y'all trust each other and respect each other, it will automatically be equal whether you are submissive to your man or not. You just got to pick the right one. We got to stop picking these assholes.
Mm-hmm.
What is your definition of submissive? So, because if it's equal, I don't really feel like you're being submissive.
I feel like it would be submissive if you guys have the same level of, you know what I'm saying, how you carry yourself, what do you expect, to be treated and how to be loved, Everybody takes being loved and actually loved differently. So I really think it all depends on who you are as a person. Because once you know who you are, you know what kind of man you need. If you get my drift.
So what I'm saying is my definition of submissive is basically they're the ones in control. They're the ones, basically leading what y'all do. So if you're equal, I think y'all are both making the decisions. Y'all could either, someone could be in charge of one thing and have the other person in charge of another thing. That's equality. But being submissive to me is not being equal. I don't think in today's society people are 100% submissive unless the man is paying all the bills, but then you got the woman at home doing other things. So
That's what a man is supposed. A man is supposed to be the leader.
I think that if you find the right man, he's not gonna abuse the power. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna make you do something he knows that's something you ain't willing to do or comfortable to do, or disrespect you or any type of way. Like I said, that's why I really think it depends on the man. Trust me, I know, because I've been with enough of the wrong ones to understand that, the difference.
First, you want a man of God, because once you find a man of God, he's going to lead. He's going to lead. Man's supposed to lead. Once you have a man of God, that man is supposed to lead and be the head of the house and the relationship. Not meaning like
Who the fuck said a man of God?
What if the women don't believe? What if that specific woman don't?
Yeah, what if he doesn't worship Jesus or anything?
Well, then that's not the woman or the man for you. Period.
I feel like
Exactly.
the definition of submissive means to be obedient and to submit to someone.
So basically, I feel like the definition of being either dominant is being that that person's over you and they can control everything. I look at things as gender roles. I don't look at it like, okay, I have to submit to you. I have to be obedient to you. Like, there's no gender roles in my household if I was dating someone.
I don't even like while I'm dating someone, I don't even I mean, I am only 23 and I'm not married or anything, but I don't consider 100% gender roles. I think we should all be participating and contributing at the same thing. It's not
But
just,
if you
oh, the
don't believe
woman
in
has to
gender
do
roles,
the
that means
dishes.
that you're not going to be submissive.
Right. And I don't, that's what I'm saying. I agreed with you.
Oh, okay.
I don't think women should be submissive.
Right.
Or I don't.
That's like a old. That's like, I mean, just think about what day and age. Like back those days
In a
are.
right? In a patriarchal society, which we technically still are.
And we don't even live in that type of economy no more that for that to even happen that way. I mean, the cost of living is like a lot higher back those days.
So the guy that asked the question, do you think women should be submissive?
Yes, I do. I feel like all women should be submissive, whether you
Of course he's gonna say that. He's a man.
It's no exceptions, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Oh my gosh.
So submissive how? In what way? In every way possible?
Like, give us an example of what you mean by submissive. Like, give us a situation. If you and your lady was, doing something, how would that play out?
I personally feel like a man, it needs to act right if he wants a woman to be submissive to him. Like,
right.
You need to deserve that shit. Like, that's how I feel.
I agree. But that's why I said it comes with, making sure that you get the right person for you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you had that right person for you, I'm not saying that they're going to be perfect, but, you know what I'm saying, they're going to know, your boundaries. So they're not going to do anything or expect something of you that they know you not comfortable with. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes to being submissive to your man, to him, because he loves you enough that he's not gonna want you to be uncomfortable. He's gonna want you to be comfortable, happy, feeling in love, because a happy wife means a happy life.
I don't
Right.
understand. I don't understand your definition of submissive, because
That's not what submissive is. Submissive means to be obedient, to basically submit to someone and put somebody else put a person over your life.
I get
That's
the definition.
Means.
I get the
It's not
definition,
running
but what
over
I'm
you.
saying is if
It
you
is
get
that.
the right
That's
person.
what it means. Think about it. Think about when time the word, like when men had, like back in the days where our grandfathers and our great grandfathers, like those women were actually submissive. The man worked, but at the moment, huh?
And you know what? Those men stayed with those women for years.
And no, not true. They stayed with them for years,
Is-
but those men also mentally abused those women, and those men also made kids outside of their marriage with other women.
That's not true.
And women didn't have the same rights.
They couldn't leave, why? Because they had 6 children. They were stuck with all the kids. They didn't have no
they
job.
Didn't have their own money.
We going through the same. We going through the same situation now.
No.
A lot of women are single. You have more women single now, way more than back in them times.
But you have more independent women now that are actually more successful, and they don't have to submit to a man. They can handle their own.
We live in a different society.
What do you mean? What's the
At this
point?
point?
That's a good point.
That is a wonderful point.
Let me ask y'all this: then, how many of y'all actually believe in marriage?
Me personally, I don't think marriage is real. It's just basically, I mean, it's just if you want to, think about time, like, people like, I know Christians be like, oh yeah, Jesus don't ever get married, but think about it, Adam and Eve, didn't have no ceremony and no marriage and all that other stuff. Well, I think, if marriage is what you make out of it, so, if you want to get married, that's basically your decision or not. I don't see people live in the same household, never had a ceremony, never got married, and they lived a married life.
Right. The concept of marriage is basically staying together throughout everything that y'all go through. And, you don't necessarily need a paper or anything like that to be, legally married, yes, but I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it depends on your values.
Right.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? Some people, they don't need that. They don't need to go get married to stay together forever. You know what I'm saying? To know that they're in this for the long run, and then others do. You know what I'm saying? That's just something they have to do. Like they that's their code.
When people look at
Yo, can I
marriage,
say something though?
We listen.
Yo, like I really don't believe in marriage because that marriage shit is just catered more towards women than it is men. Like if I decide that I want to like get a divorce or whatever, we gonna have to pay lawyer fees. I'm gonna have to pay acrimony and all this other bullshit. Like this shit, like
It's
and
vice
get,
versa.
no,
Women have to do the same
no.
if they cheat, if it's infidelity and they leave the marriage. It's the same. It's the
Yeah,
same.
and then charges can get pressed too.
My thing is like marriage is really not. It's just not real to me. You feel me? Somebody putting a ring on your finger doesn't prove their love for you. Like it doesn't
That's
do nothing
true.
but give somebody your last name and shit. Like
but marriage is not supposed to be like that. Marriage is love. It's all on two people loving each other.
but I can still love you and not marry you. Like
But you
that's
know, it's funny
not
though. Like, this is a good question because I'm dealing with this guy or whatever, and he actually is married that I'm talking to. And now he's been with this girl for like since he was like 18. They got married when he was 19 years old, and they've been together for like 10 years because like he's in his 30s now. But now, like, you know, he's been talking to me. I didn't even know he was actually physically married till we actually got deeper in the conversation. But he's telling me that like now, like he grew apart from her, like he's not interested in her. And I mean, I've been like saying, hey, maybe you should like get to know her all over again. But he's not been trying to do that. And that's kind of scary on the marriage part because, like, you know, when you're married with somebody like that and you've been with that person for years, like how another person's interest can just change. 'Cause I mean, like I said, he is basically, I'm not gonna lie, he's always with me 24/7 almost.
okay, let me say this too. Like I'd rather be together for a bunch of years than to be married because at the end of the day, people only still together, only still married because they don't want to go through the bullshit and like the lawyer fees and all that other shit. That's basically why they stand together. But
Right, and that's what he's doing.
somebody that's like but two people that's together, they together because they really love each other. They thriving off love. You feel me?
So I agree. So back
Like
to the
you ever heard of the saying it's cheaper to keep her?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's basically what it means.
I don't think that it's cheaper to keep her if you're not happy because the price of your happiness is way more valuable than.
But it is expensive though if you think about it. 'Cause think about it, they got kids and guess what? You got to pay for that, and then alimony. You got to pay for lawyer fees and who assets. Who got what asset?
But
Like
but
that
then
is
again,
expensive.
that's why that's an important decision to make in your life, and that's why I said again, I reiterate to picking the right person, really knowing who you are as a person, because I'm learning this now, going through what I've gone through in my past, that I need to know who Araya is, most importantly, before I can go in a relationship, because I need to know who I am to know what I need from a man, what I expect in the relationship, meaning.
And like this is another thing. Like when you're, I think about it like as yourself, as your like human self. Like every like 2 or 3 years, you actually grow to be a new, different being.
That's a fact.
So like when you're dating somebody, and like I know for example, like the guys I dated in the past, like I probably would never ever date like as in myself right now. Like I date some real dirt bags back them days, but now you cannot pay me to date them.
Well, that's why in a relationship or marriage or commitment, anything like that, that's why the two people that's in it, they should always be learning each other. They should always be talking, communicating, and things like that, and spending time together outside of the kids, outside of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you are changing as a person, and you both should be changing and growing together.
I mean, like I can understand when you say communication, but one thing I can say to like another major part that played like a big role in like marriage is not only finance but also sex. Like I know when you start
you
dating
definitely
somebody,
right about that.
and eventually, for example, I've been with somebody for 5 years, engaged or whatever. And after I started discovering that pretty much like, I was pretty much done, it was like the sex was dead. So once I knew that point, I couldn't emotionally connected with him through that. And I pretty much already was like looking for another guy.
Well, I mean, did you take the time and talk him and be like, yo, babe, I don't feel satisfied. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is
It
what I
was
say
just that. It was like the sex got blamed. I mean, I understand. I know, like, and I know guys go through the same thing. I feel like it's like
You know
when
why?
it was
Because
good
you
because it was
wasn't
new
submissive. That's
and it was good at first. But I think because I had liked him so much, that's why it was good. But years and years go by, those little 10 minutes and whatever didn't please me. So, I mean, he did try other things, but it's just I was just not into it anymore.
So the relationship is just based on sex then?
Not really. I mean, if it was based on just sex, I would have never dated him because his dick wasn't big at all.
Lord.
I'm sorry.
But once I realized when the love had died, basically meaning when the love had died, the sex was already just like, okay, I'm out of
Hey, hold up, time out, pause. Does size matter to y'all?
No,
size don't matter, but it kind of does.
No,
I've honestly never dealt with anyone small, so I couldn't really tell you.
I had a couple of small dicks, so
size doesn't matter if you know what you're doing.
Well, not
No.
exactly. Not all guys that have big penises know how to work it.
Size does matter. When you sleep with somebody with small dick, at the moment it's basically you're mentally fucking them. It's not like you're like really getting off to it.
I mean,
unless they know how to work it. If not, then
that's all how a man works it.
Because you could be big and still not know what to do with it. So
the only time big doesn't matter if width is not with it too.
What do you mean by width?
She's saying width, the girth.
You know, some of the guy that had like a big, like skinny dick. Like I don't know how the guy had a skinny dick.
No. She don't want a pencil.
No, the guy is like, I'd say about 6 inches and he's pretty thick. I can get off with that, but
Hey, you know what? I shouldn't even ask that question. We can move on to the next topic.
Yeah, you don't put your foot in your mouth.
You know, sex is my favorite topic.
Nah, see, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Sex is my favorite topic.
Me too.
We can talk about this all day. That's a good question for guys, though. Because no guy has physically answered that question for me, whatever. Have you guys ever fallen in love with your side piece?
Hell no.
Fall in love with who?
Y'all side chick.
They know they roll from the get-go.
So none of you guys ever make your side chick your main chick?
Never had a side chick.
You never had a side chick?
No.
You the first guy.
That's the first time I heard that.
Right.
One person at a time. I'm not a hoe.
In a long time. That's been.
Why y'all be falling in love with y'all side pieces?
Well, women women don't have side pieces.
Because women are emotional creatures. Like, everything is emotional.
No, we don't. Women do not have side pieces.
Come on, stop it.
Adele got 3 in rotation right now. Come on now, don't do that.
How is that a lie? I've never had a side piece before either.
I have some friend with benefits, but I have not had a side piece at all. But I have had a lot of friends with benefits.
I've had a friend with benefits, but not a side piece. I always tell my truth.
But go ahead.
I always tell my truth. I had a side piece.
No, but as far as all that being in love with a side piece, why would you do that? Like, when you got a side piece, it's just...
I never fall in love with my side pieces. Never. Hell no.
When you have a side piece, you already go in with in the mindset of, this is just my side chick. I don't want nothing else with this person other than just sex.
True. But you're actually spending time with that person, though.
No, you're not. That's not the benefit of a side piece. Never.
Then that's not a side piece.
So a side piece is just basically a sex partner, and that's it.
Basically,
That's
yes.
That's basically.
Yeah.
Give me my nut and I'm out. See you tomorrow. That's it.
You can't say that. You ain't never had one, bro.
I know what it is, though. I'm not dumb.
No. You can't talk on something you ain't never had.
But yo, let me say something though. Like, that's the purpose of having a side chick. Like, what else we got to talk about?
I've hung around so many niggas. I already know.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do you guys feel the need to have a side piece? Is it that you're not being pleased in the bedroom, or it's just you feel trapped by being with one woman? Like, what is it?
It's just a sexual thing. It's not even that. It's strictly sexual. It's not. We're not even gonna lie and say it's emotional. This person gives me this. Hold on. We're not gonna lie and say it's emotional. I get this from this person, this from that person. No, we just like having sex. It's that simple. It's just that.
But what if you getting good sex from your woman?
Okay, but you ain't always. You're
Do
not.
you still feel the need to have a
Well,
side chick?
first of all, at this stage of my life, I don't even do the side chick shit. But what I will say is, when I did, I mean, this is the thing. Even if we do got a good, healthy sexual relationship, you ain't always there. What if you got to work a double?
Right.
So you can't hold out because I gotta work a double.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yo,
I'm just going off of the mindset of I don't do that no more. But what I'm saying is, when I was younger, yeah, that is it. If I want to do it, I want to do it now.
weak.
Not at 7 in the morning when you get off and I fuck around and be asleep by then.
What happened to masturbation?
Oh no.
But then you don't have no.
Why would I masturbate
You
when I
know, I tell you that.
get why would I masturbate when I can get some pussy?
What's wrong with masturbating?
That's tell you that guys cheat for actual
I
entertainment.
just said, why would I
But-
masturbate when I can fuck?
Wait, but let me say something. But a woman has to please herself when the guy is working, though, right? Like that's just wrong. If a woman's finger like masturbating with herself, why can't a nigga do that? Like it's not that hard.
So you can't hold out.
Why does a woman have to please herself, but then a man can't? Like,
Who said a woman got to please herself though?
but a woman does instead of going out and cheating.
Because you know, women stuff get damaged easy. You ain't never heard about no man private part getting damaged.
Nah.
Y'all cheat
I
when y'all
don't
watch
know.
porn solo. So.
If you forget them kegels that day, they should bust wide open.
I just hear a bunch of excuses. Y'all expect us to be, you know what I'm saying,
submissive and all of that.
submissive, want to be submissive to a man, and then you can't even keep your dick in
But
your pants. You can't
why-
wait for
why
me to get home from
fighting?
work. Like that right there is a turnoff for a woman. Like,
Hey,
I
women
can't.
cheat more than men. Let's get to it. Women cheat more than
Okay,
men. Let's
but
be
that's
honest.
those women that cheat. But I'm not one of those.
Hold
And
on, women do
women-
not cheat more than men. That's a lie.
Crazy.
Not necessarily true. I think it's
Women do
just the
not cheat
same.
more than men. A man make those statistics.
Yo, you know how many females I was dealing with? They were saying like I'm their brother, I'm their cousin, or I was like a brother to, or I was like a friend, and I was fucking them at the same time. That's how I know bitches ain't shit.
Oh, but why we gotta be
These
disrespectful?
bitches ain't shit.
Niggas ain't
Cheating ass bitches, man.
Be
And you do
respectful,
the
bro.
same. So y'all.
My fault.
cheating ass
I
niggas.
was, but no, like my fault for the language. That's how I talk if I'm around my peoples and shit.
Yeah, but anyway though, like, no, as far go ahead though, continue the conversation.
Storm.
Yeah, my fault. I was just saying, no, my fault for the language. I was just saying like that's how I talk when I'm around my peoples and shit. My fault.
No, but what I was saying as far as the cheating or whatever, you know, like, I'm just speaking from, like I said, I don't do the side chick shit. I'm happy where I'm at. But what I'm saying, when I was, that was the mentality. It's really just about sex. It's not about trying to connect with somebody and, you know what I'm saying, be on a higher frequency that I don't get at home. It's just about getting fucked and sucked, basically. You're not going to always be there. What if I want it and you don't get off work till tomorrow morning?
You got my pocket pussy.
That was a preview of Ladies Night on the It's On You podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Snitcher, Spotify. Subscribe, like, comment on the YouTube. Let us know what you think. Join the Facebook group. It's On You. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to drop more soon.